Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining today. So today I thought we'd go over what we reviewed yesterday with San Luis Obispo County. We took a look at what was popular in terms of financing for the month of August. We analyzed or looked at the sales that had closed in August in San Luis Obispo County, and we looked at what type of financing was popular. So of course we saw conventional, and it's pretty much at the top. And we're seeing the same thing for Monterey County. So I thought let's share the screen here. Let me get this screen over here. I'll just show you all what's going on with Monterey County. So in Monterey County, we had about 180, depending on when the cutoff times were on the analytics, and when somebody put them in and whatnot. So let me just get this for you here. Let's share the screen here. So here are the numbers. Hopefully that's coming through okay. Yikes. Let me try that one more time. Getting a little flickering on my side. Hopefully that's not coming out on your side. Let me try that again. Bear with me here. Okay, much cleaner. So here we had Monterey County, about 179 closed sales for the month of August. And of those closed sales, I went through and looked at what type of buyer financing these closed sales had. Of course, we have Santa Cruz County and San Benito also showing up here. I reviewed these a couple days ago, I think on Friday, on my Friday podcast. But take a look at Monterey County. So just if we did a cross-section of that, the most popular type of financing for Monterey County, you had 104 of this 179 closed sales. 104 of them were conventional. So, and the next most popular one is quite surprising. It was cash sales. We had 26 cash sales. So you had conventional, cash sales 26. FHA was number 3 at 20. And then you had the VA loans at 10. And then private financing was 5. So there's your real quick, in a nutshell, 5 of the top financing that was used in Monterey County. There were a few others. I didn't have time to quite add them all up, but they were kind of the miscellaneous types of financing that we covered yesterday, which we'll dig into more for next month. But that gives you a real good idea of what is this telling us. So it gives us a good idea that the conventional financing is the traditional route. I think with as low a number as we're having on FHA, 20 of them, I don't know if that's a trend. I haven't ever looked at this, but it seems to me that there may be a lot of buyers still not realizing that they can go out and purchase homes right now. It's starting to get out more. I started using this a couple months ago, but I see more agents are catching on, or a lot of buyers, I should say, are realizing from their agents probably have been telling them all along, like, hey, let's go shopping. So the reason I'm saying this is that with an FHA buyer, many times you can actually go into some of these properties that have been on the market for 30, 60 days or longer. And if a conventional buyer is not taking it, maybe as an FHA or a VA buyer, this is your opportunity to take advantage of. There's no competition. You're not being beat out by, one of the 26 cash offers or one of the 104 conventional offers that came across Monterey County last month. You're able to go in and make your offer and ask the seller, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm here. I'm an FHA buyer, just as good as cash if you can wait the 30 days in my appraisal to go ahead and close your deal. So that's an opportunity an FHA buyer has right now, or a VA buyer. VAs are the zero down loans for the veterans. So what some of these buyers are doing is asking for credit for closing costs to do an interest rate buy down. And we'll cover more of that with one of our lenders when they come on and talk to us. We've had it covered on some of the previous podcasts. And maybe I'll put a link to one or two of them in the notes. But you can see that many times if a buyer is going into a property that's been sitting for a couple of months, there's no activity, and then you're a buyer that comes in and you give the seller a reasonable number for their home, maybe what they're asking, but ask for a little bit back for credit for closing costs. Interest rates are at 5.5%, but maybe you can do what's called a buy down and use that credit, or that it's like a rebate, if you will, from the seller to you out of the proceeds of the closing, that lets you buy that interest rate down from maybe 5.5 down to 5, or maybe even 4.5%. So what that does is it allows you a lower payment. It allows you to qualify for more sometimes if you need that, if maybe you're just on the edge. So there's a few options there for you. So I wanted to maybe repeat that again today for Monterey County, because we're seeing the same trend. In a same trend in that the numbers are pretty low. I think if there were, there's possibly maybe many more FHA buyers out there. And what I mean by that is people that have been fighting for a home for the last 2 years, and FHA, using an FHA loan, but being beat out by cash buyers or conventional buyers that have 20, 30% down or all cash. This is your opportunity as an FHA or a VA buyer, someone with a low down payment, to come in and make an offer on something. Now you might think, well, I can't afford it now because the rates are so much higher. Well, again, that's where that interest rate buy down comes in and lets you take advantage of that. So be sure to talk to your realtor, talk to your lender about this, and get some ideas from some of the professionals that you've around you, and get some information, get informed, and that'll help you make a better decision. So, and just briefly, I want to remind everybody, please continue to send, all of this came from a question from somebody. So always send me your questions and be happy to make them future topics on our broadcasts and on these podcasts here, and get those covered for you and get them answered. So I want to make sure it's questions that you're looking for and maybe market areas that you're looking for. So I got asked to do San Luis Obispo County, Monterey County. We can take a look at maybe some more information in the future, depending on what your questions are. Be sure, if you are listening, feel free to put your comments in, even if it's after the podcast. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like button, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and that will alert you next time I come on. I'm trying to do these again at 7 or 7:15 in the morning, getting a little used to it, try to get my rhythm down with this as we block the time out for it. But my goal here is to inform, keep you posted on what's going on with the markets. You can see here as I share my screen. Oops, I didn't even share my screen. I'm sorry. Oh, I was sharing the screen, hopefully. But again, keeping you informed with the markets, just like we did here, to just show you what was going on with, oops, let's get that a little larger here for you. What was going on with like Monterey County, you could see, had 179 closed sales, Santa Cruz County, 146 closed sales, and San 26. So I've had a few people comment when they see these numbers, they said, wow, I'm surprised there's that much activity happening in the market. Well, each day, no matter what's going on with the market, someone's going to buy or sell. So don't ever be intimidated by what you're hearing on the news. Even in our lowest points in the market during the last crash, 2016, everyone's talking about, we're going to see that again. Even back then, every day there was something closing, even in the lowest points. So, there's always going to be buying and selling going on in the market. So we'll keep you posted on the trends. Right now we're seeing, the trends. This is an interesting one here, the 98%. This is one we covered a few days ago. But it's this type of stuff I want to keep, this type of information, if you will, that I want to keep sharing with you all and keeping you informed on what's going on with the market. But mainly I want to get to your questions. So as questions come up during the day, I'm going to make notes of them. I have a few more ideas that have been given to me. So, but today I wanted to just cover Monterey County the way we covered San Luis Obispo County yesterday. So if you're looking for the San Luis Obispo County numbers, be sure to look at my podcast from, I think, the 5th. That was Labor Day. Yeah, the 5th. So take a look at that one, and that'll give you the San Luis Obispo numbers in terms of what type of buyer financing is being used. So hopefully that was informative to you. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. And thanks for joining us today. Have a great day. Take care.